Good morning, and welcome to Daily Dhamma, a letter to our children. Today is May 22nd, and our reading is The Blindmen and the Elephant. The familiar tale of blind men reporting an elephant to be like a water jar, a tree, rope, or snake ironically ends with the author's indictments of others. Quote, "Even so, monks, are the wanderers of other sects blind and sightless, and thus they become quarrelsome, disputatious, and wrangling, wounding each other with verbal darts." And that's from the Udana, chapter 6, verses 4 and 67 to 69. This story comes from the Jataka tales of the Buddha, not Kipling or Disney. Perceptions are theory-laden, if only to say that this is this and that is that. Perceptions shape our interpretations of reality, which leads to expectations, which become resentments under construction. Our perceptions are often wrong, so we find ourselves making the same mistakes again and again because of our misconceptions. The still point of the Tao is that place where there is no distinction between this and that, where the sky is indistinguishable from the horizon. We think we're right and everyone else is wrong, but the noble ones say, not for sure. The Jataka tales are folk stories. They're not part of the suttas, and it's not something that the Buddha said, but these are more like long-standing folk tales in India that were incorporated into the Buddhist tradition. And this is a hallmark of Buddhism in general. Buddhists go to different places and they adapt or adopt the local practices. And so you see quite a bit of variety between Thai Buddhism, where they have spirit houses and local animism has crept into Buddhist practice, and Hawaii, where they sing, "Buddha loves me, this I know, for the suttas tell me so." And these things are not really part of Buddhism. It is interesting that the theory-ladenness of perception. When we look at something, we automatically, without trying to categorize it, we put it in a box with other things like that. We say, well, this is this, and that is that. And that's right where the problem begins. We start classifying things, and it's just a short hop to deciding what those things are. We don't just describe, we interpret and evaluate. So DIE. And it's probably a good idea to give that stuff a rest. The Tao is very interesting in terms of the oneness of all things. This is not different from Mrs. Dhamma's great-grandfather and his fondness for the Japanese term ichinyo, the oneness of all things. They really are one. Or I should say, we are one. Anyway, it's funny to contemplate the overlaps between the blind men and the elephant and Plato's cave. And these are both really excellent metaphors for the limits of our knowledge and our wisdom. What we see is not actually what is there, which is just one more reason why the noble ones say not for sure. So happy trails to you until we meet again.